Well, the mantra really is just keep pounding. It is what it is.
Adam Thielen back to the Minnesota Vikings. That's right. The big rumors flying around right now. Report says the Vikings have reached out to the Panthers about a potential trade. And honestly, if it happens, it could completely shake things up for both teams. Today I'm going to be breaking down what's real, what's speculation, and how this could impact Bryce Young and the Panthers offense moving forward. But before we do that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about what we're about to drop here on the Panthers Report. This is where our passion meets the playbook. Panthers season right around the corner, some big stuff coming up. But without further ado, let's get into this news about Adam Thielen to get you guys caught up. Adam Thielen, who just turned 35 years old today, a Panthers captain of the football team, and easily Bryce Young's most reliable target. He caught over 100 passes last season and was basically the steady veteran presence in the offense that struggled, or in an offense that struggled last season. But of course, we always talk about how they caught fire and got things eventually going later in the season. But remember, Thielen is also a Minnesota legend, right? You would consider him a legend. He spent a decade with the Vikings, over 6,000 yards, 55 touchdowns, and was beloved by the fan base. The idea of going back home, though, that's what making this story so big, because we already know what the Vikings are going through, so that's why this is so big. And so this is what is actually happening. According to multiple reports, the Vikings have inquired about trading for Adam Thielen. They're desperate for receiver help, to be honest. Jordan Addison is suspended for like the first 3 games of the season. Justin Jefferson, nagging hamstring injuries, like, you know, pretty much always. Jalen Neighbors is hurt. I believe Rondale Moore maybe out for the season, if I'm not mistaken. So they need bodies out there in Minnesota. They need veterans, and Thielen knows this offense and the culture already. And so what better guy to call than Adam Thielen? Now, insiders are saying somewhere in the 4th to like 7th round range could get this deal done. So it's not like the Panthers are being offered something crazy right now, which is to be expected from a 35-year-old receiver, of course. But the Vikings definitely have the motivation and even created some cap space by moving on from, I think, Harrison Phillip. Now, here's where it gets interesting in this thing. Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings head coach, was asked about Thielen, and here's what he said. He said, and I quote, "I love Adam Thielen. You don't build something from day one without players like Adam Thielen on the team. Huge fan of Adam Thielen," unquote. So that's not a denial, of course. That's not brushing off the rumors. That's O'Connell basically saying, if the door's open, I'd welcome him back. So you know, we can read between the lines on what's going on. This reunion is something the Vikings would be more than happy to explore, because again, we talked about it. It's someone they need. A lot of their star receivers constantly dealing with nagging hamstring problems. Their second receiver, their WR2, is out for the first 3 games, and they got other guys just banged up for the position. Can the Panthers get a 4th or 7th round pick or something like that? That's a major question, because that would be a steal if they could. A 4th round pick, not a 7. We know they can get a 6 or 7, but if they can get a 4th round pick for Adam Thielen, that would be a crazy steal. But we'll get more into that. But from the Panthers' perspective, you know, let's talk about the Panthers side of this thing. They just gave Thielen a raise, I believe, this offseason. They clearly see him as more than just a receiver. He's Bryce Young's security blanket, as we talked about earlier, a mentor for guys like Xavier Legette that we talked about in a previous video. And, you know, the other rookies, like such as T-Mac, and just, you know, the receiving core in general. Adam Thielen leads that pack as the locker room leader and a steady veteran presence. So if you trade him away now, what message, honestly, does that send? You're basically telling your young quarterback to figure it out without your most trusted target. That's how I see it, right? That's why this is such a tough decision for the Panthers to make. Now, Carolina could get draft capital back, as we talked about, but they'd also be ripping away Bryce's comfort zone in the middle of his development. Like this right here seems like the season, and it feels like you'd be taking that away from Bryce Young, and I don't think the Panthers need that happening right now. So, what could, the deal actually look like? Maybe a fifth or sixth rounder. Some have even suggested the Vikings could throw a younger player to sweeten things up for the Panthers. But right now, the buzz is more about draft picks. And of course, the fan reactions are all over the place. Panther fans are saying that we can't take Bryce's, only reliable target. This would kill his growth. Seen him last year. You've seen him in the preseason this year. He's still got something left. And I would love for him to use that last bit of something here with the Carolina Panthers. I think a lot of us Panther fans would. The bottom line, basically, for both teams, for the Vikings, this is a short-term fix, of course, a trusted vet who can instantly step in and help. For the Panthers, you get a draft pick, but you risk hurting Bryce Young's confidence or disrupting something that was being built. Chemistry and all that. For Bryce Young, losing Thielen could mean, losing the one guy he trusts the most when everything breaks down. The locker room leader, the leader of the receivers, a young receiving core. So this isn't just a trade rumor. This is a decision that could define Carolina's offense this season, if you ask me. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? Should the Panthers hold on to Thielen to keep Bryce Young comfortable? Or should they flip him for a draft pick and start building toward the future? Drop your thoughts in comments. I want to know what do you do if you are the GM of the Carolina Panthers? Do you let Thielen go for some draft capital? Or do you keep him to keep things right how they need to be? The chemistry, the feel-goodness that we're getting. Of course, if you're new here, we'll leave it with that. But hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We are still building. This is a new channel. I'll be dropping more Panthers coverage all season long, breaking down rumors, trades, and everything in between. Of course, the next time we see a Panthers game, it will be the regular season game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that's going to be big. And this one also, this story right here, there's going to be a fascinating watch over the next few days, because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen soon. So those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. And we'll see what happens. Personally, I do not want Adam Thielen to go anywhere, because I want this offense to stay intact. I want them to keep that comfortability going. But we're Panther fans here. And as Panther fans, always remember, let's keep pounding. Let's get this season going. And let's continue to build. Break this playoff drought. It's been a long time since the Panthers have had a successful season. And we can get that going this year. Just keep Adam Thielen.
Well, the mantra really is just keep pounding. It is what it is.